Hey everyone, it's Connor from Koyfin. This month we shipped a huge and highly requested update for Koyfin's Client Portfolios feature. Previously, the structure of client portfolios was flat and on a singular basis where everything was represented at the account level. In today's video, I'll be walking through the new infrastructure of client portfolios. After some hard work and thoughtful design, client portfolios can now be represented as a three-tiered structure encapsulating households, portfolios, and accounts. In this new format, the household is the highest level, which represents the aggregation of portfolios and accounts. So in this table, I can see the Smith household. We have Adam and Sarah Smith, as well as one portfolio for the Smith children. So the Smith household is an aggregation of those three portfolios. And one layer deeper, each portfolio is an aggregation of sub-accounts. So if I open up all of the accounts under the Smith portfolios, we can see that for Adam Smith, we have a 401k, retirement, taxable. For Sarah, we have a 401k and an inheritance. And for the Smith children, they both have 529 plans. So the benefit of this structure is that you can view everything at the high level in aggregate for the entire household. You can then drill down into an account level and you can roll it back up into a portfolio level as well. We've designed the new system to be flexible for however you wish to organize and display your clients' investments. We've also made a series of quality of life improvements, enhancing the organizational functionality of the product, and made a few UI enhancements as well, which I'll go over today. Naturally, the easiest way to import accounts and set things up inside of client portfolios is to have an integration. So in the top right-hand side here, if I go to add a portfolio, we do have custodial integrations that you can utilize. I don't have one set up in this account, but we do have other videos that walk through the integration process. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to walk through how you can create those manually. So we have selected to create a portfolio. I'm going to click Get Started from Scratch. This looks pretty similar to how it's always worked inside of Koyfin. And I'm going to create a portfolio for Ronald Stevenson. At the moment, we're not going to assign it to a household. We're going to leave all of this stuff unchanged as well. We have the portfolio currency and the benchmark. Now this is the portfolio, and on the right-hand side, I will be able to add accounts. So I'm going to add Ron 401k. I'm going to say that Ron has $5,000 in there, and we're going to say that he owns a couple of ETFs like the SPY, the QQQ, and he also has some bond exposure there as well. You can also populate the positions with lots as well, and this is possible when you do it via CSV as well. Via CSV, you just simply add the rows for all of the lots. When you're doing it manually, you can simply add the lots underneath the parent position. But we've created Ron's 401k, and we'll go ahead and add a second account here as well. We'll call it Ron Taxable, and we'll just add a few arbitrary tickers in here, and we'll say that he has 10 shares of each, and he bought them all for $10 a share. And when you're happy with that, you can create a portfolio. We're just going to create the portfolio. So because this portfolio has no household, we'll show you what that means in just a second. But you can see the layers here. We have Ronald Stevenson's portfolio. I can click into Ron's 401k or Ron's taxable, and you'll see the contents of that account now be displayed. So we've got the account up here. I have a drop down in this breadcrumb menu item that allows me to switch between the 401k and the taxable. If I'm in the exposure page, for example, you'll see that all reflected when you're shifting between which account you're looking at. All of the exposure exhibits are available to you. You have the profit and loss, the exposure with the various types of breakdowns that you can have covering fixed income and instrument type and asset allocation. We also have the hypothetical performance breakdown there as well. In addition to the analysis tab, the risk metrics tab, complete with some drawdown and stress test analysis. And we also have the holdings matrix for fund overlap and the newly instated scatter plot as well. But coming out of this for just a second, I'm going to go back to the client portfolios homepage, which you can do by clicking on the left-hand navigation, or you can click on the first part of the breadcrumb here. You can see that Ronald Stevenson's portfolio has been added to no households, but we want to put Ronald Stevenson inside of a household. So I'm going to go up to the top right-hand side here, press Add New, and we're going to assign a household. So we will call this the Stevenson household. We'll keep the benchmark unchanged. And for this client, I charge a 50 basis point fee, and that's collected quarterly. So we'll add a household, and you'll now see that in the table. I'm going to navigate down to Ronald Stevenson. I'm going to open up this context menu here, and we're going to move this over to the Stevenson household. So I will click that, open up the household selection. We have Stevenson here, and we'll move the contents. So you now see the Stevenson household. If I open up the menu item, it has Ronald Stevenson's portfolio as well as his two accounts. These context menus available at the household, portfolio, and account level are going to be how you organize and navigate through the system. You can move individual accounts into other portfolios as well. So if I open up Ron's 401k and I select Move To, you'll see that I have the choice of moving it to a household and or a portfolio. I won't do that for now, but just to show you that you can do that. And likewise, if you ever want to experiment or create scenarios or test things out, or you have a need to duplicate things in your workflow process, you also have the duplication option here in the context menu as well, where if I wanted to duplicate a portfolio inside the Stevenson household or I wanted to duplicate a particular account, I have that option as well. So after a few seconds, you'll see that Ron's 401k has been duplicated and I can move that elsewhere, delete it, make changes to it. You have the flexibility to do what you want there. Although this update improves the infrastructure significantly, we do have more planned, so keep an eye out for that. But just to show you a fully fleshed out household, let's go back to the Smith household for one moment. We will open it up in its entirety and we can see that the Smith household has just over $500,000 in their assets. We have Adam Smith. If we want a quick glance at how much he has invested, we can click on Adam Smith. We can see that he has about half of the amount invested over a 401k. He has a retirement account. He has $25,000 in cash savings, and then he has a taxable as well as a private investment portfolio. If we want to jump over to the matriarch of the family, Sarah, we can click into the breadcrumb and open up her portfolio, which has about $200,000. And we can also look at the Smith children as well, Derek and Buster, both of which just have some pretty basic cash and a couple of ETFs invested. Now, depending on your reporting needs, you will be able to create reports for a household, an individual portfolio, or an account simply by pressing the Create Report function when you're looking at a portfolio. You also have the ability to do this in the context menu. If you remember the Smith household here, I can open that up and I have the Create Report function there. So I've opened up a report for the Smith household. I'm going to get started from scratch here. You can see that's pre-selected in the primary, but if you open up the menu for client portfolios, you'll see all of your households, all of your portfolios, and all of your accounts represented in here. So you can simply search for that if you want to look at Derek's account, who is a child of the Smith household. Alternatively, you might want to look for the Smith children and have a report on that portfolio as well. But for now, we will just leave the household there. We said that the benchmark was SPY. We can change the naming in the report to reflect the name of the household, and we can run through the process of creating a report, but now everything will be based on the household. We do have other videos that highlight our reporting capabilities. I won't go over them too much in this video, but everything that you're used to using in the reports will either be rolled up to a household or kind of aggregated into a portfolio or drilled down into the account level. One question we have been asked in the early release cadence of this new feature is, can I take Adam Smith and Sarah Smith and exclude the Smith children and create a report based on that? Although in the future we'll have a native solution to that, perhaps with checkboxes or multi-selection, I want to show you how you can do that today with the current functionality. It would be as simple as taking Adam Smith portfolio, duplicating this, as well as duplicating the Sarah Smith portfolio as well. And when you have both of those duplicates, you would simply create a new household. You can call that Adam and Sarah Smith, add that household to the table. What you would now do is take the duplicates that you've created and you would move them to this new household. So we have Adam and Sarah Smith. We'll move that one and we'll take the duplicate of Adam Smith as well. And we'll move that to this newly created household that we've created. And now we've replicated the Smith household with only Adam and Sarah Smith, and we've excluded the children, and we can easily go into the report creation process there. But we can open up a new one, walk through the steps, and all of our reporting is going to be based on just those two portfolios. Alternatively, we also have this available in the UI. If you want to click into the Adam and Sarah Smith portfolio, you can see that now we're excluding those child accounts. That just about does it for this video. As always, if you have any questions, you can drop them in the comment section below. Our help desk is help@koyfin.com. We are at Koyfin Charts across all of our socials. Until next time, thank you.